In this video I will show you how to sew an inseam pocket or invisible pocket, which is most often used in women's clothing, dresses and skirts. First, you need to make a paper in a pocket pattern. It's easy enough to make, just put your hand on the paper and trace the outline of your hand. Remember to add seam allowances to the pocket pattern. Fold lining fabric in half and trace with chalk the outline of the paper pocket pattern. Pin the two pocket halves together and cut out with large tailor's scissors. Fold the fabric of your garment right sides to each other. Lay the cut-out pocket lining to the side seam of your garment, where you plan to have the inside pocket. Mark with chalk two extreme points of the pocket along the side seam. Now you need to mark with chalk pocket opening width. From marks of pocket opening width, you need to draw stitching lines with seam allowances. Now you need to overcast all halves of the inner side pocket lining. It should be noted that this technology of sewing an inner pocket is used on condition that the pocket lining is made of dense fabric. If you use a thin lining fabric, the sewing technique will be more difficult. This is due to the fact that it is not always possible to beautifully overlock the lining fabric in one layer. To overcast such thin fabric, pocket lining must be folded in 2 layers. It is a reason of changing the sewing technology of such a pocket. This sewing technology you can watch another video. Now you need to overcast both edges of your garment fabrics. Fold both fabric halves right sides together and pin them. Transfer the marking of pocket entrance, without seam allowances, inside. Step away from the seam line 3 mm and draw a new additional line. Along this new line, you need to sew parts of the pocket lining. To make it easier to see beginning and end of the stitching line, mark these points with chalk. Sew on both sides of the pocket lining and pass ends of overlock stitch inside this seam. press both pocket halves on right side of your garment as shown and fold them together and pin. The side seam can now be sewn up to the mark of the first pocket entry point. Now stitch a side seam from another point of the pocket entrance. It remains only to sew around the contour of the pocket lining. Sew exactly up to the side seam line. These seam allowances of the side seam must be laid towards the pocket lining. Sewing is almost complete, but you need to fasten the entrance of upper fabric of the pocket so that it does not shift. This can be done using a sewing decorative stitch or using double-sided adhesive tape. The entry line of the side pocket is now secured and the pocket will always look neat and beautiful.